Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to part 2 of our list covering more viewer-suggested cases. If you haven't seen part 1, be sure to check that out first. We'll be sure to leave a link in the description below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this. It really helps us to continue building the channel. With that out of the way, here is part 2 of 3 more interesting cases that were suggested by you. By all accounts, December 18th, 2011 started off like any other Sunday for the Coldin family of Spanish Lake, Missouri. That morning, Goldia Coldin had attended church with her 23-year-old daughter Phoenix, after which they had returned to their modest ranch house for a quiet afternoon at home. The day was an unseasonably warm one for December, so Phoenix decided to play basketball outside, while her mother and stepfather, Lawrence, did things around the house. At about 3 p.m., Lawrence saw Phoenix pull out of the driveway in her black 1998 Chevy Blazer. Prior to this, she had been sitting in the truck and taking phone calls, something that both of her parents knew was a habit of hers. Though Phoenix did not tell either of them where she was going, Lawrence assumed that she was probably heading to a nearby convenience store, or possibly a friend's house. However, when several hours passed and Phoenix never returned home, her parents began to grow concerned. By midnight, Goldia was sure that something had gone terribly wrong. The next day, she and Lawrence began frantically calling friends, family, and nearby hospitals, before finally contacting the police. Despite opening an investigation into Phoenix's disappearance, the St. Louis County Police Department were reportedly slow to get the case off the ground. The first major break wouldn't happen for more than 2 weeks, and even then, it wasn't police who made the discovery. On January 2nd, 2012, Phoenix's Chevy Blazer was tracked down by a relative in an East St. Louis tow yard just across the state line in Illinois. It was soon learned that the vehicle had been found less than 3 hours after Phoenix had left her home in Spanish Lake. Chillingly, it had been discovered abandoned in the middle of the road on the 900 block of St. Clair Avenue, an area of East St. Louis known as a hotspot for crime. Even more disturbing, the driver's side door had been left open, and the keys were left in the ignition. According to some reports, the truck was left idling, though this has also been disputed. Phoenix's purse, glasses, shoes, and ID had all been left inside. Despite the alarming details of the discovery, the vehicle seemed to offer investigators few additional clues as to the missing woman's whereabouts. There were no obvious signs of a struggle, and the only DNA found inside belonged to Phoenix and her parents. Police said that the reason the vehicle had not been discovered during their initial search was that it had been impounded prior to the filing of the missing persons report. Because of that, the license plate and vehicle were not flagged in the system. As investigators began to delve further into Phoenix's personal life, a complicated picture began to emerge of a woman who had kept secrets from both her parents and her friends. Family described Phoenix as a vibrant and deeply religious person. Growing up, she had been mostly homeschooled, a quiet and inquisitive child who had come into her own as a talented young woman. She was a gifted multi-instrumentalist, excelling at the piano, guitar, and violin, and had at one time been a local junior fencing champion. However, it was clear that there was another side of Phoenix's life that was unknown to her parents. When she had moved out at 18 to attend Missouri Baptist University, she had told them that she was living with a female friend. Her mother had even signed the lease. In actuality, she had moved in with a secret boyfriend, whom she lived with until moving back in with her parents 6 months prior to her disappearance. At the time she went missing, her parents also believed that she was taking classes at the University of Missouri St. Louis, but they soon learned that she had dropped these classes and was no longer enrolled there. Additionally, the investigation revealed that there were a couple of different men that Phoenix had been dating in the months leading up to her disappearance that she had kept a secret. Phone records revealed that on the day before she vanished, Phoenix had talked to one of these men 10 times, and that the final call had lasted for nearly 2 hours. On the day she went missing, there was a 6-minute incoming call from the same number, as well as a 1-minute outgoing call. Numerous reports have mentioned that this man may have had a violent past, though we were not able to confirm this. Though Phoenix's parents did not believe that the man had anything to do with her disappearance, they would say in later interviews that they believed that he may have introduced her to the wrong people. Police also said that many of Phoenix's so-called friends from this extended group of people were not forthcoming with information and refused to speak with her family or investigators. A particularly concerning piece of evidence that emerged was a video found on Phoenix's cell phone that had been recorded a month prior to her disappearance. In it, she appeared to be visibly distressed and at one point recited a modified version of the Serenity Prayer. Though the audio was of poor quality, the family managed to have it cleaned up by experts. Afterwards, Phoenix could be heard saying in part, quote, "I just want to be happy, man. I can't remember a time when I was happy. Genuinely happy. I feel so stupid because I let myself go a little bit. I probably would have been in a better situation if I would have stuck with how it used to be." The mysterious clip has become the subject of ongoing debate, with many questioning whether Phoenix was in danger or if she simply might have been expressing a desire to start over. Sadly, as the years have passed, few additional details have been uncovered about Phoenix's disappearance. Though at times there have been what appeared to be promising leads, at least 2 of these were later revealed to be despicable hoaxes. The most cruel of these involved a man from Texas who claimed to have information concerning Phoenix's whereabouts. It turned out that the tip was fake and was a desperate ploy for attention. Unfortunately, this wasn't figured out until Goldia and Lawrence Coldin had invested a sizable chunk of their own money into investigating the lead. Tragically, the couple spent their entire life savings trying to locate their daughter, and have since lost their home. At the current moment, there were 3 major theories of the case, all of which attempt to explain the situation using what tragically little information is available. The first theory of the case is that Phoenix was a victim of sex trafficking. This is largely to do with the location in which her vehicle was recovered, in an economically depressed and crime-ridden area of East St. Louis. According to the Department of Justice, the St. Louis metro area is one of the top 20 regions in the United States known for human trafficking. Interstate 70, which runs directly through the city, has become particularly associated with these types of crimes. The second theory of the case is that Phoenix was the victim of some other form of foul play. In addition to the alarming state her vehicle was found in and the abundance of personal items that were left behind, authorities have also noted that all activity on her bank accounts, cell phone, and social media stopped on the day she disappeared. Taken in combination, these facts seem to indicate that Phoenix could have been the victim of a violent crime shortly after she went missing. This might also explain why some of the people that knew Phoenix have been reluctant to come forward and share information with investigators. The final major theory in the case is that Phoenix ran away, or otherwise disappeared of her own accord. While the lack of activity, particularly on her bank account, is suspicious, it is possible that something or someone could have motivated her to leave. This could explain the lack of physical evidence of a violent crime taking place, and why Phoenix's vehicle contained no unknown DNA samples. It could also explain the bizarre video recording that she made prior to her disappearance. Maybe she really did want to start over. There have been several reported sightings of Phoenix since she vanished, though this is common across most missing persons cases, and none of these sightings have been adequately proven. What we are left with is a truly tragic and baffling mystery, one that can hopefully someday be solved to bring some semblance of closure to Phoenix Coldin's heartbroken family. Lawrence and Goldia still hold out hope for their daughter's return, and have reportedly kept her Christmas presents all these years, waiting for the day when she will finally come back to open them. Would you like to see us cover more viewer-suggested cases? Be sure to let us know in the comments section below. As always, if you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest releases. Thank you for watching.